let your business grow. We'll take you where you need to go. Success is the path we always show. Bravo, bravo, making dreams take flight. Digital magic working day and night. AI precision shining oh so bright. Yeah, bravo, we'll get your future right. Breaking barriers, see your profits rise. Our AI tools open up the skies. No limits here, we're the enterprise. Your business winning, it's no surprise. Bravo, bravo, making dreams take flight. Digital magic working day and night. AI precision shining oh so bright. Yeah, bravo, we'll get your future right. Bravo.
Hey, Mark Bravo here from Bravo Digital Solutions. Okay, guys, so I wanted to do another live on our product that has the marketing buttons, or people call them agents, chat GPTs, or different names. I call them agents. So yesterday, or I think the first button I did was this one. Let me go to it. So this is your market, right? So I'll kind of go through this real quick. So let's say you're going to be I think this market was for a plumber. Yeah. So I put in the market type. I put plumber, right? So right here it's going to give me 10 different industries. Like, people think if you're a plumber you do everything. Some people do, and that's probably why they don't make a lot of money, because they're chasing everything. You know, that's kind of my case. I feel I can help all business owners, and that's kind of a lot of people tell me it's going to be harder to build your business. But I'm stubborn, and I just don't want to do martial arts and home services. I think they're very important, but I think all businesses are important. So I'm doing all businesses. I'm going against what everybody's ever told me in the last 20 years. Get niche, 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 niche. And I never did, and I've struggled off and on by not niching. I think I can overcome that through other ways and help all business owners, and so that's what I'm going to do. So our product is a membership that you get all these marketing agents. So the first agent, you want to find out what are you going to go after, what market, right? So I put plumber in here. These are all the markets a plumber can go after. So let's go with real property managers. I'll paste and copy that. I'm horrible at this stuff, you guys. AI can't help me do this. Now we'll go to the next button. Is build a buyer. I did that yesterday. So build a buyer is who's your client. This will give you an idea who your client is. So most business owners tend to jump the gun, meaning they run ads and they don't know who their buyer is, they don't know who their real competition is, they don't know what their fears are. You'll find all that out in a few minutes. It might take you 20 minutes, maybe a half hour to go through all of them. And now you can take this information. If you're going to run ads, you're going to run ads that speak to the people you're looking for, and they'll start seeing your ads and they're going to click on it. How are they going to click on it? Because you know exactly what they want, what they're thinking. So let's go to real competition. Let's see what real competition does. So the market is real property managers. Remember, I copied that from the first button. The service, it could be plumbing. Yeah, it could be plumbing. So I'll put in plumbing, and you'll see what happens here. Now this takes a couple of minutes, so I'm gonna get the analysis. Now while that's going on, I can tell you AI is going to help you. I mean, I'm just as me as an entrepreneur. I know maybe a year ago, I was very frustrated, paying money, hundreds, thousands of different people to get everything the way I wanted it. And we were doing websites, we were doing different things, taxes. We do a lot of different things, and it was a struggle to get a couple websites, get a couple business credit clients. So this year we put it all together. But this is the main thing that we do before we really went through all these. So we know who our clients are. So this is the competition. So when I put in plumber, it's going to show me who I should be looking at. So a plumber in the property management, because that's what I put, property management. I'm going after property managers. Who's my competition in that area? Well, it tells you, Roto-Rooter gives you a website. Offers 24/7 emergency plumbing nationwide through local franchises. So if you're going to go out to property managers, you're probably going to have, and I mentioned this yesterday, you're going to have a 24-hour service. So you probably want to hire 2 guys or 3 guys to cover a 24-hour shift, right? 8 hours each. And then weekends are really important for these type of businesses. Things happen on Saturday and Sunday. So you got to think about, if you're going to compete against Roto-Rooter, then you need to have that same service. Let's see who else. Brendan and Franklin Plumbing. Now I can click on their website and see what they do. But it tells me a little bit about Brendan and Franklin. Flat rate plumbing with punctuality guarantee in select markets. Guarantee what? I don't know. Key weakness, limited geographic coverage and no dedicated property manager portal. So that's the problem with Franklin. Then you got Mr. Rooter right here, right? Tells you the same thing. It's going to be similar to Roto-Rooter. Key weakness, variable responses times and no volume discount programs for rental portfolios. Now these are national companies. Now I use one of these last Thanksgiving. Yeah, I call a number and it's a national center, and they just reach out to whatever plumbers on that's working at that day. And then, he goes back and forth. He gets your number and then he communicates to you, I'll be out there in 2 hours or whatever. It gives you a time frame, right? So that's important. So you need to, but let's point out the weaknesses. Variable response times and no volume discount programs for rental portfolios. Now you know what they don't. It just said there's no volume. Why don't you give a volume discount? Now you can get the business that they can't get. Let me look at another one. Handyman contractor platforms. So this will go, you can click on this website and you see, how's the handyman competing with you? What's he doing? And then talks about it. Approach. Tap a mobile app to book plumbers as needed. Limited availability. So this must be like I forget the name of there's one where everybody wants to go. They go on there and they can find anybody. It's the same type of website. So it just gives you your competition. You can know what they're doing. You can look at their information and see how many reviews they have. They have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. You may want to take a look at what they're doing. And you can do that through AI, and we teach you that. Now, I can't give away the whole game today, right? Because I actually could, because you still need to buy my system that we created. So I will go over this a little more in depth in our business page, our Facebook business page. LinkedIn, no, not so much LinkedIn, but on our YouTube channel. And so if you want to learn really what this does and how it can help your business, that's where most of our good content is going to be at. But I'm going to put good content out here telling you guys what most businesses never do. I can tell you, I know a plumber don't do this. Now there's some guys, I can give you their names. They get to 100 million with none of this stuff. That human being had something that too many human beings didn't have. That's usually, it could be money from his family. It could be that he was born in Mexico, dirt poor, and came over here, and he's more hungrier than us because he actually was hungry when he got here, right? Most of us are not hungry. I've seen my karate instructor come from Korea, live in his karate school, and he's more successful than more Americans today because he was willing to pay the price. He lived in his karate school for a year before he brought his wife over here. Then he lived in some beat up apartments in a bad neighborhood. And then he moved to a beautiful home, opened up a few karate schools, and today he's doing great. So some people have what it takes, period. But with AI, we don't have to be any of them people. We can be anybody and make it in business. So that's what these this marketing tools do. I'll go back to it. And it's a whole set. I click on here. The way we bundle them up together. So you just go through the buttons, right? Here's and fears. I would follow up all down the line, whatever my prospect is, right? I'll do another business. I think I did martial arts yesterday. I can tell you no karate schools are doing this. They're just not doing it. Takes I don't know. Takes a minute. Sometimes it gives you a time right here, and you'll see how long it takes. But it's quicker than ChatGPT. And the good thing about these marketing tools is you ain't got to guess. You just I just put in one thing, right? And then it tells me who to go after. So let's say we're going women self-defense. Now let's go for a little broader. Adult fitness seekers. Now let's do parents of young kids. Let's see what that does. So you want to see your competition, right, in the martial arts. This is the market, parents of young kids, and this is the product. Now, I can be very specific and say Taekwondo, karate, but I'll go broad and go martial arts. So now I'll see who my competition is, as I'm in karate school looking for parents with kids. Who else is looking for what I'm looking for? And then you can take a look at them business, see what they're doing. But there's a whole process to this. And you go through the whole process before you start marketing, doing organic traffic, or whatever you're going to do. Most people just go, passing out flyers, not knowing what to do. They're so overwhelmed. They're creating content. They're managing ads. They're hiring. They're doing it all. AI will eliminate all that overwhelm. So who's my competition? Gracie. Oh, it's a martial arts. It's giving me a name. So here's a description. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes for children and adults emphasizing self-defense and respect. Key weakness: premium pricing and adult-focused atmosphere may intimidate very young beginners. Now I know this is true because Jiu-Jitsu, I know a little bit. When I was teaching karate, I normally didn't get involved teaching ground fighting until my students were black belts or close to it. And I realized if I had a particular student teaching another student on the ground, parents didn't like that. Okay, they didn't like a 18-year-old kid teaching a little 7-year-old. It doesn't go good. That's why a lot of jiu-jitsu schools struggle around where I'm at. Too much contact. Husbands don't like their wives being touched by other men, and vice versa, right? So that's the problem I see with this. That's their weaknesses. Their prices, I already know Gracie, they're very expensive. So you would take a look and say, what can I do different than them? So this is knowing your UFC gyms. Same thing, I already know, I don't have to read it. They have the same problem as Gracie. They're gonna attract adults mostly. Skyway Martial Arts Academy. Taekwondo, mostly for kids. Taekwondo-centric program stressing forms, discipline, and fitness. Key weakness: overemphasizes on reputation and discipline over play leading to lower retention among younger kids. So if I was a karate, taekwondo school in town, I would take a look at what they're doing, and it's telling you what's their weaknesses. They're too, like, I was in a Korean system, very disciplined. You're doing one form over and over to perfection. You got to throw that out the window when you come to here in America, and you got to change your philosophy on teaching, which I did. But I'm just telling you, so now you know your competition. You can go through all these people. Movement and play classes. It has nothing to do with martial arts, but this is your competition to see what they're doing, so you can. Now, there's a whole process to this. You're going to have to go and look at what these businesses doing, and I can show you the whole process is going to be right here. Now, I take these and I work them with ChatGPT. There's different things you can do, but by the time you finish, you'll have a complete marketing system. In our program, we show you where I got these concepts from. These concepts are old as heck. Over 100 years old, advertising companies have been doing the same thing. The only difference is it's digital now. Show you where I got these concepts. AI does a lot of things that they were doing for years with TV commercials and things of that nature. So we give that to you so you can read that and understand why we created these. So we created these off that concept. Still works today and will always work. You just gotta use different situations to get your marketing across. So that's it for today. Like I said, if you're an entrepreneur, I know where you're at. I mean, a year ago I was so overwhelmed. I was tired of paying people money, and I've been in AI over 2 years, close to 3 years now. And the first year and a half, like I said, I studied on my own, and I finally started paying people. Now, what I'm learning now is night and day. It's mind-boggling, the stuff that I learn on a week-to-week basis. So that's why I'm convinced I can help any business owner. So if you're a business owner and you don't want to spend, because I know you guys are getting pounded. Everybody and their mother's doing AI right now. They're asking you. I can tell you that one of these buttons, I'll just pick one, because I know of people creating these in our community. They're selling one button for a couple of grand. They're selling that whole package for 10 grand, whatever they can get to. Now, they ain't gonna get 10 grand from a plumber, or they might. They might, for a guy who's making a couple hundred, 300-400 grand a year. They might get 10 grand because he might want to go to another level. He might want to see, what is it gonna take me to make 5 million a year? And plumbers make that, you guys. I hate to tell you this. The plumbers are making 30 million, 100 million. Private equity are coming after them and buying their companies once they get to 25 million, maybe between 25 and 100 million a year. They're getting bought out. And a lot of these guys, they sell their companies and they can't believe somebody gave them that much money, and then after, they got options now. They usually got to sign something where they can't compete with them. But either way, plumbers are making that kind of money, you guys. So they can. They have the potential with the right infrastructure behind them. And I think we have that. We can help pretty much any business. So that's it for today. I usually try to do a live when I go on my hike. I'm going on a hike like 6 o'clock. Yesterday I tried to go on a live, and my glasses are not working, so I'm working on them today. Because I like to talk when I'm walking, not doing this number, right? With my phone to my face. Who wants to see my face? So anyways, that's it for today. I'll be doing these lives, like I said. I'm trying to do at least 1 or 2 a day. I'm moving to other platforms now. And when you move to other platforms, I mean, I'm always going to do Facebook because I know my clients are here. But when you move to other platforms, things change. The length of the video, the size, all these different things. You got to upload a thumbnail on YouTube. So I'm going through all that right now. I'm just getting familiar with Facebook for the first maybe 2 weeks. I'm bringing in LinkedIn this week, and then I'll continue. Initially, you get overwhelmed when you just kind of relax. I let my AI, organize me, and so I'm not overwhelmed because I'm doing a lot of things. I'm building a membership that probably would take somebody 4 or 5 months, maybe, and they quoted me 20 grand 2019. I'm going to get it done by doing I don't know, I'm doing about 6, 7 hours on a membership a week, but I'm getting literally hours and hours and hours done out of that 6, 7 hours that I'm doing. AI is doing probably 10 times that in hours. So I'm building my membership. I hope I can do it in a month, 2 the most. Building my podcast right now. I'm doing online marketing, constantly learning AI. So I'm constantly going. But when a business contacts me or they buy one of my programs, then I'm ready to help them. So anyways, that's it for today, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. If you want this kind of content all the time, I would say go to my Facebook business page. I'll put the links in after, or go to our YouTube page. I will be doing longer content, and if you can't get a good picture through this, I don't know. If you don't see the value of this, I can tell you the buttons we created off that marketing system we bought and learned. Nobody does that, you guys. I don't know any businesses that make less than $250,000 are spending that kind of money to do this, something like this, and go through all the buttons. I'm guessing, but I can find out the price if I need to. It's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. And most people, at least in the martial arts, not all, but most come in, they barely have enough money to survive 6 months. If they don't get what they need in students, you're done. Plumbing, different. Plumbing, you're going to get a lot of business, but you may not make a lot of money. And plumbers can start right out of their house. Some karate people do start out of the garage. Some karate people start out of a boys and girls club. I got a lot of ways you can start as martial artists. I can help you if that's what you want to do. But that's it for today, you guys. I'll see you